Okay guys, this is my review of the TRN TA1 Max. Previously I reviewed the TRN TA1, and in this video I'm going to compare it with this TRN TA1. And if you guys are interested to watch the review of this TRN TA1, do check out the link above. Okay, but the star of the show today is the TRN TA1 Max, and I like this TRN TA1 Max, and they have improved the bass for this as compared to the TA1. So I'm going to talk about this in this video, go through all the accessories, the fit and the comfort and the sound of these TA1 Max. Hi guys, my name is Ian. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I do mostly audio reviews and tutorials and unboxing. So if you guys are interested in this type of content, do consider to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Okay, TA1 Max, and this is the package that it comes with. And if you guys are interested, do check out the link down in the description below, or you can go search for the TRN official store in AliExpress. Right, so this is the box it comes with. Very nice box. Nothing too fancy about it, but it's quite a big box. Okay, so let's put the box one side. It comes with 8 different pairs of ear tips, 3 different types. All right, 3 different types. You got the bass boosted one, which is the black one. So this nozzle here is a little bit narrower, so it boosts the bass. All right, and you've got the normal ear tip, which has got a wider bore nozzle. Okay, we'll take a look at compare the difference. Okay, so this one is narrower, this one is wider, and it comes with foam tips. Okay, so 3 different types of ear tips. It comes with this headphone amp adapter, 1/4 inch adapter. So if you want to plug in into any headphone amp, this will come in handy. And let's talk about the case and the case. Right, so this is a carrying case that they provide. It's a pretty nice case, hard shell and easy to open. It's got a finger grab here, so you can put your finger in. It opens easily. It doesn't accidentally open up, so a very good thing about that. On the inside, it's got foam lining in it, so it will not scratch your IEM. Okay, and let's talk about the cable. So cable wise, it's above average. It's not the best cable I've seen so far, but it is above average. It's a 4-core cable, braided. It's got a nice silvery look to it. The headphone jack is angled. The Y splitter is plastic. Okay, it does come with a cable management strap, Velcro strap here, as you can see. It's got a microphone. So this one that they sent to me has got a microphone with a call, play, pause button here, plastic, and the microphone is situated right here. The ear hooks, the memory ear hooks, they are okay. It's nice and soft and pliable, so no complaints there for the ear hooks. The connector is 2-pin. So previously the connector is MMCX. Now they have changed it to 2-pin. Alright, so you can change to a lot of other favorite cables out there if you have any, and it's easier to connect. So yeah, so kudos to them for changing this to 2-pin. Okay, let's talk about the IEM themselves. This is made out of aluminum. Okay, so it's an aluminum shell, so it's really light and comfortable in the ear. It does not weigh down inside your ear so that it comes out of position or dislodge from your ear canal. Very nice bullet style type of IEM. It's got an indication here. They indicate the left or the right. The 2-pin connector is right here. On the faceplate, this has got a XXX style type of a design, and it's actually a semi-open back. Alright, so which means it actually releases air pressure from within the cavity of the IEM itself, thus giving you smoother bass and wider soundstage. Okay, on the inside, you can see the nozzle is a wide bore type of nozzle with perforated metal filter. On the side here, you can see there's a vent. Okay, and that's it. So this is a bullet style. I like this type of a bullet style IEM. Fit and comfort. So these fit my ear really nicely. They actually conforms to the size of my ear. It goes really nicely well and gives me a very good seal. It does not hurt my ear. All right, so there's no physical fatigue. It goes right in, gives me a very good seal. So I think in terms of fit and comfort, pretty good. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. And the seal, it gives me about 70% cutoff from my ambient sound. So a very good seal there. Okay, so that's for fit and comfort. So let's talk about the sound and how these sound. So for that, I'm going to grab my graph and take out my graph and let you guys see. Be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I have graphed out and measured out this IEM, and this is the graph that I've measured for the TA1 Max. And as I've mentioned, I will compare the sound of this TA1 Max compared to the original TA1 and let you see the difference. Okay, so let's just bring out the graph of the TA1. Okay, now let's talk about the sound signature of these IEMs. So this is the same as previously. It's more of a U-shape type of sound signature. So which means the bass is forward and the treble is forward and the mids is a little bit recessed. Okay, but in terms of the tone and the timbre, it's the same as the previous model. All right, so this is the previous model, the TA1. So in terms of tone, timbre, note weight, and type of sound signature is the same as the original TA1. Okay, but what they have improved is actually the bass. All right, so sub bass, as you can see, they have improved it, all right, and increased it. So sub bass now, it's got very good resonance to it. The rumble is there. You can feel the rumble. You can actually hear the presence of the rumble. Okay, as previously the rumble was actually not that present. At the same time, it's also a bit rolled off. So yeah, they have really improved the sub bass for this TA1 Max. At the same time, they also improved the mid bass. All right, so if you take a look at the mid bass right here, okay, so they have improved the mid bass as well. And already the original IEM, the original TA1, the mid bass is really impactful, and the presence of the mid bass is really good. Okay, as compared to the target, which usually I refer it to the Harman target, which is my preference as well. So the mid bass is really forward as compared to the target, and it's already even more present. Okay, for the new TA1 Max, and it's really impactful. The note weight is there. The texture of that impact is really good. The thing is, even though they improve the mid bass and the sub bass, it does not bleed into the mids. So the bass is nice and controlled. It doesn't sound boomy, right? There's no boominess to the mid bass and the sub bass. So you can hear the forwardness of the bass, but it does not bleed into the mids. Okay, so that's one thing good about this IEM. It's got nice, well controlled bass region. Okay, the mids. All right, let's talk about the mids. The mids is a bit more present. Okay, I can feel, all right, but it's almost the same as the original. So instruments like the pianos, violins, trumpets, you know, they do sound a bit more forward, but still it's a little bit recessed, as you can see here, and the bass to mids ratio is almost there. It's not a very significant ratio whereby the bass overtakes the entire track and you cannot hear anything else, but it's pretty okay. So mids wise, you can still feel the presence of the mids, the pianos, the violins. They still sound nice and present, and also they sound soothing, so very nice and warm tone and texture to the notes that the violins produce. Very nice texture and soothing to listen to. For vocals, right? So vocals, they are forward, especially for male vocals. They've got nice presence in the mix. They feel very authoritative and very heavy note weight. So they have that nice deep tone and timbre and warm to the ears. I feel very nice and comfortable listening to male vocals on these IEMs. For female vocals, on the other hand, they sound okay. They sound bright, not to a point whereby they sparkle, but the note weight on the female vocals is heavy as well. Nice warm tone texture to it, a bit laid back, what I would say, but it's okay for me. It's not the brightest type of female vocals that I've heard on these IEMs. Okay, so let's talk about the treble. So treble wise, they have made some improvement in terms of the presence. The presence of the treble is okay, right? It's not the dark type of treble. At the same time, it's not the sparkly type of treble. So it's bright, but not to a point whereby it's shouty or sibilant or harsh. Okay, it's not a very harsh treble. At the same time, it's not a sparkly IEM that you will expect from this, okay, treble. The treble roll-off is pretty good, and they have improved it a little bit, so the resonance of the treble is controlled and you can hear the natural roll-off of the cymbal strikes and hi-hats, and it's well controlled as well. Okay, so treble wise here, no complaints, but it's not the brightest, it's not the sparkliest, and also it's not the darkest type of treble. It's just okay. So if you are sensitive to treble, so I think this IEM is quite suitable for you because it's not harsh and it's easy to listen to type of treble. Okay, so that's the thoughts and impressions of this sound of the TA1 Max. As compared to the TA1, the original TA1, I would say this TA1 Max has improved the sub bass a lot. It sounds better, okay? It's got more rumble and it's got more impact as well. So in terms of the sub bass and the mid bass, this is a very good improvement. With the semi-open back, it actually releases some pressure from the cavity, so it makes it easier to listen to with more bass. Okay, so if you like bass, right, this is a good option to go with. And even if you have the original TA1, this is a good option to go with because they have improved the sub bass and the mid bass, and you get more bass out of this TA1 Max. So let's talk about the soundstage and the technicalities of these IEMs. So soundstage has improved as well. It's got a wider soundstage now. It's got a deeper soundstage. The layering of the soundstage is more defined. It's not a big type of soundstage to a concert hall type of soundstage. It's okay, living room type of soundstage. You know, it's not the widest, but it's okay. It's improved, and the layering and depth is improved as well. The positioning and imaging of the instruments is also okay. It's not any different from the original, but I can tell the positioning of the instruments, the separation of the sound. Instruments, they don't sound muddled. The coherence of the sound is really good and well acceptable to my liking. All right. So I think in terms of instruments, they sound nice and clear on these IMs. The detail retrieval and resolution on these are fantastic as well. The clarity of the sound is good. The detail retrieval in terms of nuances can be heard on certain tracks. I've tried a few, especially those with songs that are used for subtlety. They actually really shine. You can actually hear the nuances of the sound in that track, in those tracks. So I feel that the detail retrieval on these are fantastic. The resolution is good as well, so you can actually hear crystal clear sound from this IM. And it's not the best, okay, it's not the most resolute and clear sound that they produce, but for $46 I think is above the price to performance ratio, and is really value for money. All right, 46 US dollars, you get this type of driver. All right, and the quality of the driver and the quality of the sound it produces is really fantastic. Okay, so do I recommend this IM? Yes, I do. For those who are sensitive to treble, okay, for those who like bass, who especially like impactful bass, then this IM is highly recommended. Songs like heavy metal tracks, genres from electronic music all the way to heavy metal and rock and roll, and even drum and bass, hip hop, R&B. This is a really good IM, especially that deep rumbly bass on some of the songs. This is really good. It really vibrates my brains. It rattles my brains. Okay, so in terms of this type of genre of music, if you like this type of music, I do recommend this IM for you. Right, so that concludes my review and my impression of this TA1 Max. I thank you so much for watching this video, and if you learned something from this video and enjoyed yourself watching it, do consider to subscribe to my channel, click on the bell, and so that you get notified of my future videos. Alright, so I wish you guys a great day ahead, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Peace.